All right, starting with number 7. So number 7 says the graph below, and once again, this is the Rock and Minerals Review questions packet. All right, starting with number 7, the graph below is the percent of mass of the elements of Earth's crust. Each letter on the graph represents an element. Which elements are represented by letters A and B, respectively? So automatically, there is a page on the reference table that tells us the elements that is on the Earth's crust. What page is it? It is page number 1. You see where it says Earth's crust? The average chemical composition, right, of what it's made up of, the Earth's crust, the hydrosphere, and the troposphere. So when I'm looking at A, and A looks like it is almost 50%, right? Close to 50% that's filled in, right, of A. And B looks to be a little greater than a quarter. But one thing I do know, A and B make up a large majority of the Earth's crust. And so when I'm looking, right, I'm going to look on page 1, and I'm going to see which two elements make up a large part of the Earth's crust by mass. So I see the word mass here, percent by mass, not the problem. I'm looking at the crust. And what do I see? 46% is oxygen, 28% is silicon. And so therefore I know oxygen and silicon make up large parts of the Earth's crust. And so because of that, it's definitely going to be choice D. And one thing to just keep in mind, remember most of the elements in common minerals is oxygen and silicon. All right, that's where you're gonna get the most common type of elements in most minerals. You're going to see is oxygen and silicon. Number 8, the diagram below shows 4 rock samples. Let me go ahead and zoom in so that way you can see. Which sample best shows the physical properties normally associated with regional metamorphism? All right. Regional metamorphism. So this is something that you do have to know. Regional metamorphism, right? I've seen this before. And what type of rock are we dealing with? We're dealing with what type of rock? A metamorphic rock, right? And so, how do I know what a metamorphic rock looks like? Because that's what I need to know. When you look at your notes, all right, when we go to a metamorphic rock, because we know it's a metamorphic rock, because it says it's associated with regional metamorphism. If you take a look at your reference tables, the only way where we see regional metamorphism occurs, look at that, regional. This only occurs in a metamorphic rock. And we've taken notes. What are the 2 ways that I can tell that a rock is metamorphic? If there's banding, right? The minerals, the lining and banding of minerals, or if there's distorted wavy patterns. And so I'm going to look at the rock. Which rock either has banding, lining of minerals, or distorted wavy patterns? And I see sample A definitely has distorted wavy patterns. And so that's why the correct answer is choice A. All right, let's take a look at number 9. Let's zoom back out. So number 9 says, base your answers to the following questions on the photograph and cross section below and on your knowledge of earth science. The sequence of rock types found in the walls of the Grand Canyon are shown. The names of rock formations are shown, and the upper and lower boundaries of each formation are indicated by dashed lines. The rock layers have not been overturned. The granite formation was primarily formed by, whoa, this word granite Where have I seen this? What type of rock is granite? What type of rock is granite? All right, the siren should be going off. Let me see. Granite, 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 granite. Here we go. I see granite right here. And I know that granite is an igneous rock. So I already know I need to pick a process how an igneous rock is formed. If you ever forget how an igneous rock is formed or what process is included for an igneous rock, go to page 6 of the reference tables on the top left diagram. Where you see igneous rock, I'm going to look at the process that is pointing to igneous rocks. And one of the main processes that I see to become an igneous rocks, it has to go through solidification, right? Solidification. So that magma, what it used to be, that magma has to solidify to become an igneous rock. So solidification is definitely part of it, right? So, and I see solidification right here. If that doesn't convince you, where do I see this felsic? How do I know that it's felsic magma? Well, I've seen this word felsic before, and I see it right over here. Felsic, right here. Now, felsic is on the left side. It's on the left side of the chart. And granite is also on the left side of the chart. So granite is made up of felsic magma. So both of these things, the fact that it's an igneous rock, and I see that it talks about solidification. I see that it's made up of felsic magma. That lets me know, boom, it gotta be choice B. Number 10. The photograph below shows a magnified view of a portion of a rock that can float if placed in water. What terms best describe this rock? The fact that I see what this rock has holes in it, right? But these rocks that have holes in it, this texture is familiar. These holes are also known as gas pockets. Now, because I know this rock has gas pockets, there is a name for this type of texture. I know it has gas pockets. Maybe the reference tables can help me to see where do I see gas pockets. And when I'm looking, I see gas pockets right here. And vesicular. So I know it has a vesicular texture, right? And what else do I know about this rock? Rocks have a vesicular texture. I'm seeing that it's also talking about, so first of all, the fact that I see vesicular texture is right here. I see it right here. All right. Now when I'm looking for non-crystalline rock, the fact that I see a non-crystalline rock, how do I know that's non-crystalline? If you go where it says vesicular rock, there are some vesicular texture rocks that if I keep going to the left, they also have non-crystalline crystal size, which basically means there are no crystals on this rock. All right. So you can have vesicular igneous rocks that can also have a glassy texture and can also have no crystals on it, non-crystalline. And so when I'm looking at that, I see that that is the answer for number 10, which is choice A. All right. We'll pause here. You'll check the other video for the rest.